And say something funny. Not sing something funny. Do something funny.
Doo-doo. That's all I got. That's it.
Okay.
I'm done for the night.
Hey everyone, welcome to Drunkcast Live.
Oh, yeah.
Big wide open.
Yeah.
The Nickelback in all of us.
That'd be the Creed in all of us.
Oh, it's Creed.
Yeah.
Is there really a difference?
I think one's less crazy.
Yeah.
Well, oh, yeah, no, I guess that's...
Yeah.
One still making music.
Have we...
Well, music. Yeah.
I need to find out how Mr. Stapp,
Yes, Scott Stapp.
how he's doing. I'm
Yeah, I
Travis.
haven't heard of him. Hi, I'm Dylan. Hello.
We're a podcast called Drunkcast Live. We like to hang out at in Don's Depot for now, in Austin, Texas, and maybe somewhere near you, who knows, and have a drink and talk about the things that have happened over the week. And,
Yep.
For people who are just tuning in, we've been doing the show for a couple years now.
Almost 3.
It's coming up to 3 this in July.
In July, yeah.
3 years, yeah.
Wow.
And
I know. My liver can't take much more of this.
Oh, I know. And
Yeah.
Sundays are terrible. It's always reported on a Saturday, and Sundays are usually terrible. No matter how good brunch is, it's always bad. But I'm an IT person. I've been working in the industry for some time. You're a business
Dude,
man.
yeah.
A director of operations.
I'm a businessman.
You're a businessman.
It's the Jewish version. Yeah.
You're a Dylan Businessman.
Yes,
is
that's right.
your last name?
That's right.
I didn't want to out you, but now it's official. So, and I'm Travis Podcastian. Because that's all I'm good for.
That's okay. I consider it a mitzvah.
It is a mitzvah.
That's right. It's a good thing.
We're at a bar. To do this, we like to have cool people on the show. We like to enjoy the bodies of other men mostly.
Yeah. We're kind of like the Rush of podcasts.
We're the Rush of podcasts.
Mostly men just sitting around talking to each other.
Rush?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they have like one female fan. I think she's married to one of them.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so we are the Rush fan base of podcasts. Okay, I was like, Rush, what? Have they? I don't know enough about the band to say otherwise. I was going to agree with him.
That's like an ongoing joke of Rush.
Don't
Like,
assume
if you ever go to a Rush concert, and our own Vance that has
Sure.
gone, it's like 98% dudes and like 3 girls who were forced to go on like their bad first date.
Well, sure, they
lost the bet.
They had to drive. They lost the bet. Yeah. But yeah, so we like to hang out and talk, and I like to talk to friends. And we have Ben Hampton. We call him Banjo. He's one of our favorite people. Definitely the most handsome that we have on video.
He always wins.
Yeah, he always wins it. I mean, no, even the way you shake, even the way you
No, you got your hair all did and your glasses are off. and you're
Whatever.
Looking
trying some
looking
new
pretty
stuff.
hot and tempting.
Maybe we'll get to 13 viewers now on the video podcast. If you're listening to this as MP3, why don't you run over to youtube.com/drunkcastlive and check it out there. You can subscribe. There's extra bits that Dylan so lovingly edits. And if you don't know this, if you haven't seen it, it's a multicam video podcast, which is actually pretty crazy. It's worth it. It's worth the energy that we put into it. And we want you to prove me right that it's worth the energy.
I'd be
Daily
happy just
challenge.
if someone left some comments on YouTube saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
why you put so much work in that? We don't care." That would save me so much time every
I
week.
think you can infer that by the no comments. I mean, if you want to get
Actually, no,
real,
That's not caring about the podcast. We're talking about do we care about the extra effort? Because otherwise we'll just put the GoPro what I'm pointing at,
We'll
which
just
is the
fuck
only
it.
time it's going to cut to, and just say fuck it. Yeah.
I'm still waiting for that first person to say first. No one's even done that yet in our comment section.
That's right. For all you assholes
There's still opportunity.
who only comment the word first, there's multiple episodes of the show on YouTube. You can literally be the first king. Crap. If you're the first one to do all of those things, then we'll personally shout you out every episode.
How about that? Yeah.
From here until eternity. Only one person. Questions at drunkcastlive.com if you want to ask us some questions, if you want to ask us to do something. If you include maybe $5 to $10, then we'll talk about whatever you like the way you want us to.
whoa,
That's a pretty good deal, right?
what?
Well, I mean, we're keep it above ground, you know. Let's not talk about completely illegal things, but you know, for $20, no,
That's the banjo kissing booth.
that's the banjo kissing booth. Yeah, get those lips ready.
First,
Probably not going to be a long line.
I'm gonna be the first one.
Oh well, you can. Yeah. You don't have to pay.
And you can also, right now, if you're so frustrated, you can go to 412-440-7468, which is 412-440-SHOT, and you can yell into your phones how much you hate it or how much you love it, if you have a question,
One
whatever.
of these in the water.
And what else? What else?
Sorry, I was distracted ordering
no,
drinks. Yeah.
one more beer, please.
Yeah.
Just the beer.
It's always good when you get a chance to order more drinks. So
Yes.
Sorry about that.
That distraction, we are semi-live. We're at Don's Depot in Austin, Texas.
We're recorded live in front of a live studio audience.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
They're over there.
They're over there. You can't see them because the cameras are pointed this way. You can't see them if you're listening because it's a radio or audio. It's a radio recording. That's what my mom would call
Oral.
it. It's oral. Oral, get back in the house.
Oral Robert.
Yeah. Oral, get back. I was thinking the exact same thing.
Oral.
Yeah. In speaking of the questions and 412 and the things, I want to give a shout out to Maya, our friend from Canada.
Oh, yeah.
She listens to every episode, and she said she was the first one to email us, but she said she doesn't need a prize or anything. She just wanted to show support, which is cool, which is
thank
sweet
you.
of her. So big shout out to you, Maya.
Thanks, Maya.
Can't wait to see you in March. Come down and she'll be on
Does
the show.
she have her own podcast?
She does.
And
It's
what is
called
that?
it's called Laserface, I think. Let me make sure it's still called Laserface.
Laser.
She's up in Canada, and she has.
She gets some like local
No, she
Canadian
wasn't
comedians.
offended
on the
when
show.
I was upset at Canada for my trip, was she?
Oh no, she knows. I mean, she'll apologize for it. You know.
Okay. That's what Canadians do.
Yes,
True, yeah.
they always do. But yeah, she has her show. It's pretty rad actually. She gets a lot of local comedians, and Canada, basically the only people who come out of Canada are comedians
I think that's
Singers?
correct. Yeah.
and singers.
Singers?
I think that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of our really good comedians came from Canada.
They have the lock on singers named Celine Dion.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, or is there more than one?
Although most
Maybe.
of, most,
Maybe.
most of
The only
Canada
one that
might,
matters.
most
Well,
of Canada might not even claim her though because she's actually French Canadian. So
Oh, sure.
I mean,
Well, there is a precedent there. I mean, they wanted Justin Bieber to not be from Canada, right?
yeah, and they won't take him back.
They won't take him back. But anyway, love you, Maya. Love you. And again,
Looking forward to having her on the show.
she'll be on the show, and I'll explain. She has games and stuff. I wish I could rip some of them off, but it's podcast integrity and integrity, which is Scottish integrity.
Spanish.
Integrity. Integridamos.
And
That's for us. It's all of us.
Integridad. I think.
Integrity. I've been there. It's lovely.
Yeah.
Don't go out at night.
Have a guide.
Have a guide
A
or a
trusted
machine gun.
guide. Yeah. Not a guy that'll sell you.
So, Ben was on the show last week. What has been up? What's been up with everyone? That's the name of this segment is What's Been Up?
Is that new?
I mean, it's essentially what it is.
It's pretty good.
We've never put
Yeah.
it. No, and it's really clever.
Hey, what's
isn't
been
it?
up?
What has been up? You know
What
this.
is? You know this? Yeah.
Man, not a whole lot
Yeah.
from my side, really. I'm struggling to come up with anything, really.
The only interesting thing they say, well, not the only interesting thing. I'm sure your week is more interesting. That you had the pumpkin calves came over to
Pumpkin calves came over,
clean
and he
your
cleaned
carpet.
the carpet and the grout. He did.
Pumpkin
Pumpkin
calves?
calves. You have to explain pumpkin calves.
It's like someone. It's like he installed a Reebok pump into his calves and then overinflated by like 6,000%.
Like implants?
They're
or-
huge. His calves are humongous. He's a big dude.
Everything
Anyway.
from the knee down is striation. That's what
It's
I
just-
understand.
It's just big. It's just this humongous. It's a cantaloupe under his skin.
Wow.
Okay.
And I guess he has a fake tan, so he's orange. Or
No,
Oh, it's
not
just-
at all.
it's
It's
just-
just,
it's
the
the size of a pumpkin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe it's a
Well, see, I thought
It's
the
an
pumpkin
early
thing because
pumpkin.
it was like there was something wrinkled about it or folded in.
No, it's just
Like-
the size, really.
Okay.
I mean, it could be small beach ball calves or whatever, but pumpkin calves sounds better.
Has a good ring
does.
to it.
Pumpkin
Yeah.
calves does something really
Yeah.
nice.
Speaking of calves,
Hmm?
we did something today
Oh, calves.
involving.
Wordplay.
Yeah, I do that.
Ben and I went out to
Lucy's
grab some food at Lucy's Fried Chicken.
fried chicken.
It's a place here in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
I guess there's multiple.
Yeah,
it
there's
tried
two at
It
least.
tried to send me down closer to downtown, but we were not trying to get that location to blank. And Lucy's Fried Chicken is good. It's a little on the pricey side. 4 pieces of chicken for $12.95. I think.
Yeah.
It was good. Their fried chicken was not better than I've had.
I described it as I would not, fly relatives in for it. I mean,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's fine.
How does it compare to a KFC Double Down Dog?
Unknown.
Since I don't believe that exists, much better. I think that's fair. But on the menu,
But
Lucy's.
I'll say it. I like KFC chicken better.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, it's
Okay.
just
Yeah, or churches.
or Chick-fil-A. They're better too.
Well,
Literally
Chick-fil-A.
do fried chicken. Well, they're not
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah, well,
But-
yeah, the breaded thing.
Yeah.
So, but
One thing on the menu, though.
one special thing on the menu.
One super special thing.
You won't believe number 6.
The one
You
weird
read this,
thing
yeah.
that makes cowboys angry or whatever. You probably have heard prairie oysters.
Mountain oysters.
What were they called on the menu?
Calf fries.
Calf fries.
Calf fries.
Yeah.
I've never had such a thing. Have you had those
No,
before?
I've
Of any
never
kind?
had testicles of any size.
Yeah,
Like,
of any
well,
side. Well,
not unattached.
Never
ones.
eaten
What?
fried testicles.
What? Turn down for huh?
And so we,
Turned down for nuts.
so we got a basket.
Down
so,
for nuts.
Yeah, turn down for nuts. Ben asked the guy if they were any good, and he said they are good.
Yep.
But I can't have more than 4 until I remember what they are.
Like I said,
Because I
after
remember what
4,
they
yeah,
are.
I realized what I'm doing.
And it is. There is something about it. There was something, a flavor
Yeah.
or a bias. I don't know. That definitely
You-
made it weird.
And he's right. 4 is
Thank
the
you.
exact number. I mean, after 4, I think Travis kept going because he's an Iron Man. But
I was curious about the other dipping
after
things.
4, I
put
could
in,
not
you know.
do it. I didn't even want to look at them after
Oh.
4. But I did eat them all.
Yeah.
Up to 4. I did eat all the 4.
So it's just a mental thing. You just realize, oh, these are.
Well, they look gross too.
Oh.
They do look gross.
Well, I mean,
inside.
so I mean, and we
gross,
have
I'm gonna say
pictures.
like this, proper etiquette. Gross is no, it's culinarily gross. As
Yeah.
professional reviewers or critics, gross is apt. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, at first they just look like a fried something. They could be chicken bits. They could be shrimp bits,
big gizzards.
gizzards, which are great.
Yeah, I love gizzards.
But when you cut into them or bite into them and you look, you make the mistake of looking into the abyss what you've done. It is a really weird looking thing
Yeah.
that you're eating.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
And I've never seen the inside of a testicle, but I knew that's what it was. It is just instinctual.
Yes.
It's not
well,
it's not pretty.
it had a very interesting. There was a small gamey taste
yeah.
that did not linger.
No,
In the first bite, every first bite though,
Yeah.
all of a sudden there was this gamey flavor
like whoa, yeah.
that faded away. And yeah, probably not again. I mean,
I don't need to.
I might
again.
try it like if Gordon Ramsay were to make,
Yeah, but he can put anything in front of me. I'll try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what I mean. It's like I'm not going to do it again unless it's the best.
Yeah.
I would try the best again.
All right.
Try the best of anything.
Yeah.
But
But if
yeah.
you are going to eat nuts,
if you're going to eat nuts, go to Lucy's Fried Chicken.
yeah, and don't look at them.
Oh, don't look at them. Yeah.
Just put on a blindfold and just
Yes.
accept
Yes.
the Japanese way, right?
Oh, there were so many. When he said 4, it was like, well, I didn't know how big and how small or whatever
Yeah.
they're going to be, and like there was this huge platter of like 30 of them, not 30, but
I mean, there's
like 15,
You're probably
16 or
not too
something.
far off. I mean, there was a lot.
There was
in
a
there.
lot of balls. A lot of balls right in front of us.
Yeah.
All right.
So what about you, Dylan? Anything ball related?
Nothing ball related. No. I had a unfortunate retail experience just yesterday, actually. Kind of pain in the ass, but
Okay, what happened?
nothing terrible.
Can you explain it in Star Wars?
I went to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters,
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
and the guy just kept trying to upsell me. I was like, "No, I'm not spending 47 credits today. I'm sorry, I'm just not doing it."
That's annoying. I've never understood that kind of like really pushy sales thing, because I know it works on certain people, but like it seems like it pushed more people away.
Yeah. So
I'm not a salesperson.
No,
I've never said I was.
So the full story. So I'm going to Vegas next week, and I actually have a fancy dinner thing I have to
Yeah,
for. And I have a suit that's really nice, but it needs to be taken in a little bit.
Yeah.
And they couldn't get the jacket back in time for my trip. So I'm like, well, all right, well, I'm here. It's Men's Warehouse. Maybe I'll just buy a new suit. Nothing fancy, because I don't need anything fancy.
Sure.
Yep.
It's like, and this is the place to get something not fancy.
Right.
And I'm like, look, dude.
He guarantees it.
Yeah.
I guarantee it's BOGO.
Actually, they kicked him out. He's not a part of that anymore.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But he still lives in our hearts.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm telling the sales, and the dude, I can't remember his name offhand, was a very good. I can't think of the right word. He's not a tailor. He's not. haberdasher, whatever that word for a person who sells suits is.
Okay, yeah,
he was
sure.
very good. He was able to size me up like that. They measured me. He's like, okay, you, as your build, you probably need. Here's like 4 that I think will fit you, and he nailed it right away. I'm like, oh, that's impressive.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I put one on. I'm like, oh, this feels pretty good. Doesn't need to be taken in too much. I can almost wear it as is. He's like, oh, well, it's on sale. It's only $550. I'm like,
Oh my!
It's like, well,
Well-
and my first thing, and that's not a bad price for a nice suit at all.
But
It's
that's
just-
probably not a nice suit, though. That's
Right.
the problem. Is
yeah, it's Men's Warehouse $550, and my first thing was, look, that's just not what I want to spend.
you can get Joseph Banks for $550.
Yeah, and I said, that's not what I want to spend. And he just kept pulling out more and more things that were all the same price, and I'm like,
yeah.
and then he goes back to that first one.
A
and
leather
it's like,
suit.
it's $550, but it's actually buy one get one, so you get 2 suits. So I'm like, well, just give me one for $275. He's like, no, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
But he just kept pushing the. You're going to spend $600 today. Like, no, I am not spending $600 today. And I'm telling you, no, that's not my price
That's not-
range.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not going to do that.
Yeah.
So
Get him to split it with you. I say, I'll do that. I'll do that if you sell it to me again with George Zimmerman's voice and say, I guarantee it at the end of every sentence.
yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
So right across the parking lot is Nordstrom Rack. Went over there, got a suit for $200, and it's great.
Yep. Yep.
And it's like a really nice suit that's marked down considerably. So
Yeah.
all right. But yeah, it was just uncomfortable because like the guy just wouldn't let go. I'm like, I've told you the first thing you gave me, I said no, that's not my price range, and he never let off that gas. And like, man,
Oh, and Uncle Ben would be so pissed if you spent 550 credits. Jesus.
I know before harvest season.
You just can't make a lot of money on womp rats. Their pelts are just.
They're
not
not
in
worth
this
that much
economy.
anymore. Yeah,
Thanks, Emperor Obama.
Darth Obama.
Oh yeah.
Can you handle that
Yes,
for me?
I can handle that for you. Sorry about that, buddy.
I don't even know how I'm going to drink. It was on the outside, right?
Yeah, it was on the outside.
Okay.
Hair.
Let's go ahead and take a break.
All right.
And we're going to come back with more of the stuff we've been doing.
Yeah.
Break.
There was a lot of cocaine. Yeah.
Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Oh,
What are we doing?
Oh, what? There's cameras?
Welcome back to the show, everybody.
I don't know. I'm gonna start this segment off with this 9-gallon shot.
Yes.
I barely had.
Yeah.
En-
I'm going to start it off with the non-hairy.
Non-Harry vodka. Brought to you by Harry Vodka.
I think that was Tammy hair, so it's almost okay.
She's clean.
I know.
So this is segment 2. General topic, really.
Yeah.
We have some stuff over the week. We like to compile things that we've seen, interesting stories, either on the goofy side, most likely goofy side.
There's a lot of goofy stuff this
A
week.
lot of goofy stuff. But so you're headed to Vegas. You're not going to be on the show next weekend.
Correct. Yeah.
You're going to be leaving on Thursday.
Yep.
And so you got the suit, and as you talked about in the first
Yeah.
segment. If you haven't heard the first segment, go ahead and go back and listen to the first part of the show.
It's a wonderful suit.
It is it's a barn burner.
Yeah.
I think Tammy heard us talking about suits and pumpkin calves, and so she made our drink stronger.
Yeah.
This
she-
one
she-
seems a
she
little-
knew
little
we weren't,
stronger.
we weren't far enough in our cups yet.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. She knew.
You want to start over?
Thanks, Tammy. No. No, it was great stuff.
Yeah.
That's why we called the last episode the Tammy effect, because she knows how
Yes.
to meter our drinks correct.
Yes. Yes.
She'll give us
she's
more
the
when we
governor,
need it, and
governor
she-
of this podcast.
As in the Walking Dead governor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why she's wearing that patch now. Whatever.
It's just trendy right now, I guess.
It's trendy. You see the Jinkos might be coming back?
What now?
Jinko pants?
Oh, good.
You remember Jinkos.
I
I
know,
don't know.
you
I'm
know
not
I
familiar with
remember
those, no.
Jinko pants.
I didn't wear them.
Are sure.
I didn't. Melanie did.
They're the ones where, God,
They're called like double cannons.
Yeah, the
twin mega blasters, that kind of shit. They're
Yeah.
humongous legs.
huge pant legs.
Like we're talking like this.
Like literally, you can
Okay.
fit your torso into one of the legs
yeah.
Okay.
and do each individual leg.
They're basically tents. They're,
Yeah.
Okay.
If-
Your
if-
family, a
if-
family of bears can live in them.
If you get them starched enough, you can sleep standing up like a horse.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Get them starched nice and just plant,
Yep.
kind of bend.
Yep.
and
So is this some
rest.
kind of like
It's a '90s thing.
It's a nice thing.
like
1990s.
extreme reversal of fashion because skinny jeans just won't go away? So
It's just-
the
yeah.
backwash of that is
It's just a
"That was
cyclical
going
thing. Yeah.
It's because fashion is cyclical. Good fashion is not. Good fashion
No, no.
stays.
Classic is
Good suits, nice black cocktail dresses. I think Ray-Bans are in that category, honestly.
Yeah,
probably are.
A really nice pair of
I have a
Ray-Bans.
pair, yeah.
Aviators specifically,
Yep.
you know.
I have Wayfarers. Huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wayfarers.
They're always cool.
Actually good hats that have to do with what you're wearing, like not a fedora and jeans, for example, or a trilby in shorts.
Oh, trilbies.
But I know. But the only reason Justin Timberlake looks good in them is because he's also wearing a fucking 3-piece suit.
That costs like $15,000.
Yeah.
And he sees a personal trainer every day. And
Yeah.
has his own cook and a private jet.
If you're listening to this and you know the difference between a trilby and a fedora and you think it's okay that you're wearing it, that's cool. Do whatever you want to. But take it off inside. That drives me nuts. But that's a fashion tip from
Well, that's like the
people who
number
know.
one rule of hats. You take the hat off when you're inside.
Yes,
It's-
yes.
Even cowboys did
It's
that.
respect.
Except on TV. But
Especially on TV, though, of course. Yeah. Anyway, so you're going to Vegas.
I'm going to Vegas, yeah.
And you said you had a question for Ben.
well, I
you
was
want to talk about cameras?
babbling stuff. Yeah, I'm actually doing 3 different events, which is a pain in the ass.
It
So I'm
sounds-
going to be there for almost 5 nights. So that's a long time.
5
to be in
crazy
Vegas.
nights.
That's approximately 5 nosebleeds in the morning. Vegas is
yeah.
terrible for
You
that.
get
Yeah.
nosebleeds
Oh
from
yeah,
Vegas, really?
there, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I usually will get one from there for a couple of days. Yeah.
Oh,
I've never experienced that.
You've never been there more than 3 days?
No, I have. I spent, how long were we there? Maybe it was exactly 4 days or
Oh, that's
something.
right. You were there. We went to one of our things.
Well, I
together.
went for that, and then
Yeah.
also went to CES.
Ah, yeah.
Actually, I did not go to a photo. Anyway,
Yeah.
I was only there for CES. Anyway, but yeah, so you're looking at new equipment.
Oh, yeah,
for
no.
one of these events.
No, we can skip that. Save it for later.
All right.
Yeah. I just realized it's not going to be interesting enough to talk about on the air.
Oh, okay.
yeah, we can do it in a
Yeah.
segment.
Yeah,
in between things.
We can do it when we're drunk enough for it.
Yeah, we can turn that down.
We can.
What?
What?
Okay.
Yes. So anyway, topics. We like to think and talk about things that happened over the week or whatever.
What are we going to talk about?
We can talk about whatever we want to.
Because
Honestly.
we can talk about what's the biggest thing.
Well,
this
let's
past week.
give them something to talk about.
So,
Talk about love, man.
talk about love.
Is there anything about love? Love?
The
Bonnie Raitt, so hot right now.
the gay couple got married.
The one gay couple.
The one.
The one
No
weird,
more.
The one weird.
The one weird gay. Yeah.
No more. Just
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, that was interesting.
It was a lesbian couple, right?
That is, yes.
Yeah.
In Austin.
So here's what I don't understand.
Tell me.
Maybe it's because the judge. I only saw a lot of this peripherally, but I don't know exactly the details of it. I know it was one couple, and I know it's not going to change things right now.
No.
But it doesn't. Isn't that called legal precedent?
Yes,
Isn't
it
it?
is.
Yeah,
It
there-
actually
it is.
it absolutely
It's a
is.
big deal.
Yeah.
So it sounds like it was a calculated move on the judge's part to do this one thing, maybe under the radar, to say like, well, this is going to be a big news thing, but I'm not doing it for everyone, so it's all right. It's all right.
Well, really, I mean, the writing's on the wall.
Yeah.
I mean, how much
Yeah.
longer?
How much
can
longer?
the states, those states that do not approve?
Yeah.
of
How
it-
much longer? 2 years?
If.
3 years?
Yeah, and I'm
Four
pretty
years?
sure
the
Texas will be
Supreme
one
Court,
of the last ones.
The
so.
Supreme Court has a ruling on that soon. I mean,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah, because it's back in.
yeah,
This, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
back in. It's just this spring. It's on the docket. I mean, so
This spring, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah,
Come this big, gay marriage.
on C-SPAN.
Yeah, but the whole backstory is so I guess it was last year. Well, Texas, I guess, a couple of years ago, officially had passed a law banning same-sex marriages. That was overturned by the Texas Supreme Court and deemed unconstitutional.
Right.
So that opened the door for this judge in Austin to
do-
maneuver because he had paperwork saying, even though so currently that ruling of it being unconstitutional at the federal level has been kicked to the next highest level of federal judges for appeal. So basically, say Texas is appealing the idea that they're not breaking the federal law,
Right. Right. Okay.
which will more than likely, because like you're saying, that the tide has been turning for a long time on gay marriage, it'll probably be struck down and open the doors. So so this judge in Austin, there's this couple, they've been together for 30-something years.
Really? I did not know any of
They
that.
have 2 kids. They've adopted and raised for a bazillion years, and and I guess one of them apparently is very, very ill, got cancer or
Really?
something.
I didn't know
And so
any of this.
that was
Yeah.
the maneuver. So they petitioned the court, and the judge said, "I'll issue a one-time only marriage license because this person." This couple's been together for a long time. This one person might not live too much longer, so who's it really going to hurt? Also, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
yeah, see, yeah.
We're opening some precedent. We're setting
Yeah.
some.
That's strategery.
Yeah, it was strategic.
strategic.
Yeah. But of course, it would happen in Austin. It was an Austin judge, an Austin couple. So
Of course,
it
yeah.
wouldn't have happened anywhere else.
Well, that's actually pretty good news for Austin because there are other things here about Austin specifically. that
Oh, yeah, the town's gone insane.
are
man.
acting
Yeah.
crazy. It's like I don't know if we mentioned it on the show also, but we've been talking about this since you noticed this. New JW Marriott opens up here in town.
Uh-huh. It is their
brand new.
largest property in North America.
It's got 1,000 rooms
1,000 rooms.
and tickets.
The average standard room rate is $3.99 per night for a room in Austin. Which
is
is ridiculous.
Pretty high.
right next to bars and a convention center, and
Well, that's why. I mean,
Yeah.
and people will pay it.
that's a lot of money for bars and one convention
So
center.
when we rented out the top floor, one of the top floor suites of the Omni, it was about that for New Year's Eve.
yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
and I mean, that was 10 years ago, but still, that was their best room. It was a suite.
Yeah,
That's my point. It's like
the Driscoll, is I guess, considered by many one of the nicest hotels in Austin.
Yeah.
Aside from maybe, well, actually, I think people like that better than the Four Seasons because Four Seasons is more name brand than actually.
There's
a nice
more
hotel.
character at the Driscoll.
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Driscoll, you can get, the presidential suite for like $500.
Yeah, it's about 300 for a regular room.
Yeah.
Make sure to request the old section so you can be haunted.
Yeah, see the ghost. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Marriott already, what was it, 400,000 rooms
435,000 rooms.
have already been pre-booked through 2021. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
On the Marriott?
Yeah.
The new one?
Yeah, that just opened last week. Yeah.
That's
Why?
that's awesome.
I mean, I guess it's
It's
good.
great for-
it's good for them to
Yeah.
the business side of things. Isn't it crazy? Like, I don't know. It seems crazy to me to book something so far in advance.
It's getting to the point where if you have a 2x2 plot of land, 2 feet by 2, and you let someone stand there for long enough, you can charge them a couple $100
Yep.
Yeah.
in Austin.
Yeah.
in Austin, where there's a convention center and bars and cricket sound. Please,
Yeah.
whoever edits this, put in
Yeah.
a cricket sound there.
I guess the room block thing that makes sense though because we have we have so many damn fairs. So ACL, South by, and F1 those things are planned years in advance.
Oh,
So
sure.
Corporate sponsorship is already planning years in
Yeah,
advance.
sure,
So they go,
sure.
we'll take 50 rooms for the next 10 years
Yep.
at this rate, and
It seems unfair.
It's great. And if you start at $399 for the event rooms, you can just go up from there.
yep,
Yeah.
yeah. I think the
Oh,
price.
actually,
why start
maybe that's part
low?
of them is the reason why they're so cheaper. They say like, okay, well, if you got to get them now, it's this price. But when you get closer
Well,
to South
any
by,
big room block like that will always be
well, yeah,
discounts.
that same price or discount, yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure during South by those rooms will probably go up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised over 1,000. Other crazy news in Austin specifically: local pinata shop torn down abruptly. Torn down for what? We'll find out after the break. No, East Austin. So if you're not familiar with Austin, Texas, especially East Side, anything near downtown has been gentrified. It's
Yep.
going through gentrification.
Yeah, it's no longer a slow creep of opportunity. We'll buy a property here. It's now reached the point where people with a lot of money are literally knocking people's homes down.
Literally.
and they're just now they're taking over, and they're being. It's not pretty. It's really nasty that we're losing a good chunk of our city for that.
The owners of Jumpoline and the tenants of the building said they had no idea the building was going to be razed and were shocked when they drove up to see the demolition crews tearing down their property. They sold pinatas and jumping castles, like bouncy castles, that Sergio
Yeah,
built.
Yep.
He builds them from scratch.
Yeah, and
I don't know what it takes to
they
build a fucking
custom made all their pinatas.
bouncy
too.
castle. Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this that place on 35 on the corridor?
No, it's on the east side.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It's a little deeper in. You'd only know it if you've driven by it, but
Yeah.
it looks like a pinata place, you know?
Because there's that place on 35 that has all the Disney characters, which I'm assuming they're not getting all the trademarks. They're not getting
That place has been
permission.
there for a long time. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm surprised because Disney usually doesn't like you to use their stuff like that.
I was driving by like any other day, taking my daughter to school. Sergio told Culture Map, the site that we're reading this from. And that's when I saw it, my life's work under the bulldozer. They didn't take any materials out, is what the owners are saying.
Yeah.
The cash registers were in there as well. And at the end of this article, they say that they have 3 days from this was written or interviewed, 3 days left before they're out of money, which is bad business.
Yeah.
By financial planning,
Yeah,
but
the whole process was basically so this family mom and pop place they're running in the same place for 7 years.
yeah.
And their business has been existing longer. That was just, they were in that location for 7 years.
Right.
The property was bought out by like a venture capital real estate development firm.
Hager Peters LLP, I guess,
Yeah.
or ACI Design Build, whatever.
The sad part of that is that they are an Austin company, and
Yep,
which means they probably moved here from California a couple years ago and took over.
of course.
So there were a few things. So basically, when this new company took over, they only took over like in last year,
October 2014.
Yeah, so late last year, and this new company just from day one said, no, our plan is no matter what your contract says, no matter what,
Scorched earth.
we're just going to kick you out. We don't give a shit. Now, they didn't explicitly say that, but they more or less implied it in everything that he said.
They didn't, but the property owner, Jordan French specifically,
Yeah.
sounds like Lex Luthor in this.
Yeah.
He speculated as a reason why this all happened that the owners did not just sell pinatas or didn't sell pinatas at all. Actually, most of their stuff was not there at time of bulldoze because it was off property because they actually sell other things. They weren't making a living selling pinatas. They were selling something else. I don't want to speculate what that is.
But
The end, like, so he said that they were selling bicycles. Like, he was pretty sure that they were selling stolen bicycles because the owner got pinched for buying 2 bikes and a Sting. They may or may not have known, whatever. It's the end of this. This is the craziest thing. This is the reason why it's like Lex Luthor to me. He says, say you have a house that was infected by roaches, French described it. You have to clean that up. There's no way to get away from this. This guy, like, I can hear him twist his pencil mustache
Yeah.
while he says, when he's thinking about all those millions he's going to make, like condos or whatever.
yeah, the really crappy part is this guy. There were some issues. Apparently, the mom and pop there was Giorgio, whatever his name was.
Yeah, Sergio.
They did have a few issues where they had they had a little bit back rent issue, but they cleaned that up. Like again, this was only in October, and a couple months, and they got everything taken care of.
Everything was taken care of.
So they were all back on track, and then the French guy was saying stuff like,
Their livelihood was selling helium and stolen bicycles.
yeah, but he was also saying that there have been several instances of reports of health violations and business violations, none of which were
None
true.
of it was true, yeah.
He even said like the fire department had issued some kind of letter of commendation or something, and the fire department said, no, that's, first of all, we don't do that. That's a different department altogether. Secondly, no.
Right.
As far as we're concerned, our inspectors were there on December 12th and January 15th, respectively, and I found no violations. The owner may have confused us with the Code of Compliance, a separate department. I'm sure the owner did not.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And then so there were some things that apparently were a little bit wonky. So the new owner was like, well, there's an excuse.
Ish. Yeah, but
But
they're
then
all, they're all fixed.
what the kicker was, they basically put an eviction notice on the door 2 days before they demolished the building, which is illegal.
Yes. Well, you have a lease. You have to give proper notice. One, and also you have to give them a way out of the lease. I mean,
No, I think if I read the article correctly, it's the served with an eviction notice. You are required to have some kind of hearing about that because they're contractual stuff. It's not.
You can fight an eviction for years.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
But
Even in Texas, I know.
Yeah.
If you try to evict somebody and they don't want to go,
oh sure.
you just lost rent for however long they want to fight. Really.
Yeah, but you can't just say you're out in 2 days and kick them out.
And this couple can't fight. I mean,
Yeah,
they say
no
on
money.
record that they have 3 days left before they're out of money. There's no way they're going to get legal counsel to really be able to fight this. And their stuff is gone. So
Yeah, and that was the part that really kind of was the kicker for me, because you hire a company to raise a building, and that the company shows up and they see that there's still an active storefront with merchandise and stuff inside.
Yeah.
I'm just doing my job.
How many times have they seen it before? Maybe?
I don't think anyone would do that. They would probably go, hey, is this the right building with the right gate?
Oh, another
There's
article was
stuff
talking
inside.
about.
Well, that's the thing is.
No, the people who were destroying the building were giving pinatas away to random people in the street. I read that in a different article.
Oh, so they actually broke in and stole the merchandise,
Yes.
headed out in the street,
Yes.
and then raised the building.
Yes, and then raised the building.
Man, that guy's a douche.
Yeah.
And he's also in charge of his own PR company.
Yes.
Yeah, but he should never speak in public. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't want to
He
speculate.
compared them to roaches.
Yeah.
That's fucked up to me.
It's pretty ugly.
Whatever.
That is an ugly
Yeah.
thing to say.
One more thing about lawsuits, because I thought it was a really interesting story, is this family in Seattle.
Oh, man.
Who was
yeah.
about to lose their house. I don't know if you heard about this, Banjo. This family I guess they were next to a neighbor who was kind of weird in general, and they had a dog that gets loud. He barks kind of loud.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
Bored, whatever it is. The neighbor filed or gave them papers, a lawsuit, saying that he was going to sue them for $500,000 for emotional problems or emotional
distress.
Distress.
Because the dog?
Because of the dog.
Because the dog was
Okay.
barking.
And
yeah.
our heroes, the family, didn't take it seriously because they thought he was just a crazy old dude. And it turned out it was real. And because he didn't go to court, it defaulted. And now they owe the guy $500,000. And as I'm sure you're not surprised, if you goes to default, if it goes through all the way, trying to appeal that's pretty fucking difficult.
It was a summary judgment.
Don't you have to
Yeah.
get a summons to show? And if you don't show up at court, then you know,
I mean,
isn't there
maybe
a
there's-
warrant?
there might have been legal ramifications too.
No,
But
apparently,
I mean,
though, this is
civil court.
This wasn't like one day. This happened over a year or two.
Yeah, yeah.
And and all the proper paperwork was given to her. She was served papers and all that stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
so she chose to ignore it.
but
she didn't believe it
said,
ever
I don't
happened,
believe
yeah.
this is real because what? It's a
Well, it
barking
is
dog."
stupid, but
Yeah, and the things that the guy was claiming would have been laughed out immediately out of court. Like
Would have been dismissed immediately.
My favorite was
you gotta go.
The-
You can't get a summons and go.
Yeah.
Well,
My favorite thing that was the silliest was the crazy neighbor used the words the dog was intentionally causing harm by barking.
oh sure.
Yeah. Profound
now,
emotional distress, raucously bellowing,
So,
howling, explosively barking.
well, but the word was
Whoa.
they actually threw in the word intentionally. Like,
Oh, yeah, of course.
So the
Yeah.
dog intentionally is causing you distress by barking at
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
No, dogs don't.
No,
have
that's their
intent.
only form of communication. That's why they do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, prove
Yeah.
dog intent. Come on.
Well, I
Dog
mean,
intent. Look at my eyes, dog. Tell
Yeah.
me you didn't do it.
Okay, I believe you.
a jury of your peers, you know?
Yeah, you got a border
Yeah.
collie over there. You got Shih Tzu. You know.
You're right. You're right. Sorry, dog. I can tell now.
I'm sorry, dog.
But yeah,
I didn't mean to argue with you.
But yeah, but she's that poor woman's in a world of hurt because summary judgment passed against her for not showing up to court date, and then the judge by law to go, well, you got sued, you didn't
Man.
show. Then, here it
Yeah,
is.
full responsibility. And there's papers on the garage on the wall saying that they were going to put the house up for sale.
Yeah,
So,
they,
the sheriff.
they file a tax lien and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
yeah.
So, yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Crazy.
to collect the judgment. Yeah,
Yeah.
So she now has to go through the process of appealing all that, which she should win an appeal, but it's still going to be a process. It's
gonna be a huge
It's going
process,
to
and it
be
costs a lot of money.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
going to pay a bunch of money out of
That
pocket.
sucks.
Yep. Yep.
All because she went, this can't be real. So if you get served, take it seriously.
Just take it seriously.
You done got served.
yeah.
You got to go to the dance battle.
That's right.
If you get served, you have to go to the dance
That's,
battle.
that's true.
You gotta go train.
You don't show up.
Yeah.
You don't not show up to a dance off.
She didn't step up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't even go to the streets. She actually said that she was worried about going out in her front yard, and how could she get to the streets?
Yeah. She's got to bring it.
It's not brought until
I know.
It has been brung.
yeah.
It has been brungen. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury,
I believe.
Are you a good boy?
are
you a good boy?
who's a good dog? Who's a good dog? Who's a good dog? No further questions.
Why did he just kill the dog? I mean, I don't want. I don't want any dogs to die, but if the dog was intentionally making his life miserable, he should have taken care of
The
it.
dog has not been reached for comment.
Yeah.
I guess his lawyer says.
The video piece for the dog is, you can tell the dog has white mask, probably 8-9 years old, can barely even walk.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
that dog hasn't barked in 5 years. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he may bark once and go take a nap for 20 hours.
Explosively, profound.
Well, those
emotional
explosive
distress.
barks
Yeah. It'll get
let's
you.
take a
They're
lot
a
out
killer.
of you.
They're a killer.
Take a lot out of you.
I need another beer. I think it's time for another break.
Sure.
We'll come back with segment 3. All right. And we'll enjoy it.
Break.
I've always wanted to live there. It's my dream. For anyone can help me, please. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody.
We're talking about tits.
We're talking about tits
Man
and balls.
tits. Tits and balls.
Yeah. Man,
But not
tits,
the
and-
kind you
tits and
think.
cow
Ed.
Yeah. The answer will blow you away.
You'll be shocked when you see the third one.
Click to find out more.
Yeah, welcome back to Drunkcast, the podcast all your favorite comedians would listen to if they weren't busy making a lot of money that we don't have.
Yeah.
Or the podcast that comedians would record if we were famous. Nah. There's a catchphrase in there somewhere.
Sure.
I'll figure it out.
All right.
So segment 3 is when we can do whatever we did in segment 2.
Talk about
Talk about stuff.
things.
Talk about things that are going on. Things about tings and tings. Was there anything, Dylan, that popped out to you this week that you really wanted to cover? That you thought was interesting?
Forgot what was on the list already.
I mean, we got Vanilla Ice arrested for home burglary, ruining his project. Vanilla Ice, if you're not familiar, if you remember the person from the 90s, he still looks like that, except for fatter, bigger.
Does his hair still stick out in the front like a?
no. Yeah.
It's more like the new metal Vanilla Ice than the
What?
old.
What is that? I don't even know
Well,
what that
if,
means.
Vanilla Ice at one point took his name and turned it into a metal band. They
Yeah.
did a metal cover of Ice Ice Baby.
yeah.
I could probably find that pretty quickly.
It's quite
I didn't
terrible.
know that.
Ice.
like-
Ice.
I know they did some weird instrumental stuff.
Yeah.
He did a thing called "Cold as Ice" or something like that. It sounds like this. That's how it starts. I just know that.
Okay.
Good.
Well, he had a show on TLC or something with a reality show where
Yeah.
it was called the Vanilla Ice Project because he was flipping houses.
Yep.
And apparently he got caught recently flipping a house, and while he was renovating the house, he was taking things, selling those things to, I guess, make up some prices.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Oh,
Allegedly.
yes.
He's only been arrested, not convicted.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Now the jury's going to have to ask, have you ever listened to the podcast Drunkcast Live? Next.
Yeah.
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 So we're giving too much information away.
But I mean, they
Excuse,
caught him
yeah.
in the house after hours or something, right?
Well,
like,
he was allowed to
when
be
the-
in
when
the
the- yeah,
house.
he was allowed in the house.
It
It
was
was
just
like when working.
I don't think it was during at night. I think the
it was during-
the
Oh, was
family
this-
wasn't there. Like
Yeah.
this takes place in California, you know. So these,
no, it's in Florida.
it's in Florida. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
But still people who have money who are just going to fuck off for the day and probably go to their house in California
Yeah.
while it's getting renovated, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, getting caught, and I'm sure his show will keep going.
Well, I hope so.
Other interesting things with reality TV, Amish Mafia. Did you read through the Amish Mafia thing?
Yeah. Well, I knew it was fake from the minute I saw it.
Well, it's fascinating the level. It's La Casterone online or Lancaster online. Did a pretty good job investigative journalism to take pictures of all the actors who are supposed to be
Amish.
just hanging out. There's a guy leaving court
Yeah. Hanging out at the coffee shop
and pulling
yeah.
it all that and basically showing through the veil that a lot of people just. I mean, if you believe reality TV, if you like any kind of reality TV and you believe it's 100% true, then oof,
Well,
man,
I'm sorry.
Well, Amish Mafia in particular was really over the top bad. It was like watching a bad reenactment from America's Most Wanted, or
Sure.
or the Unsolved Mysteries, but it was terrible. It was absolutely,
Yeah.
but they were implying that it was all real, that these were real people.
Yeah.
And
And
then-
that's usually the gag for reality TV. Is like this. We say reality, so we can do whatever we want to and just believe
Yeah.
in it. But that's not good TV.
I wonder.
Or, excuse me.
I wonder how much of Honey Boo Boo was real, because
The sketty was real.
The sketty.
The closer
the
to
sketty
100%
exists.
real, the more sad it is.
Sure.
And I'm scared that it's 100% real. They may be the realest reality show. They're not on anymore, though,
They're not
right?
to fake that much. Well, I don't know what happened after Boo Boo Gate.
Yeah, we broke the story.
We broke the story
whole
with
thing
the
went
first
over.
one.
and they gone. They
John
gone.
Stewart tried to cover and he
They
retired.
gone.
So
And then they gone.
and then they gone.
Yeah.
Fucking sketty.
And then they gone for what?
Woman stalks couple posting fake ads for parties and sex services. That was
Oh, that was a good.
that
one.
That was
was
supposed to be a
awful.
segue. If we weren't talking about law stuff in the second segment,
Oh, yeah.
that I would have segued into this other Lex Luthor kind of thing. Because to me, it would be hilarious if it was a Seth Rogen joint.
Yeah.
You know, if it was Neighbors
This
2
is a
or something.
Seinfeld episode.
It's a Seinfeld
Yeah.
episode, yeah.
Yeah.
So a woman who was voted as #1 mom or one of the top 5 moms in California and San Diego. She had a dream house and she wanted the dream house so bad.
She
and
found it. And look, she looked at 100 houses.
100 houses.
I'm guessing that's approximate. I don't think she cut herself off at 100.
I don't know. I mean, she was so passionate about it. That
Yeah.
might be completely accurate. But she loved this one. She really wanted this one, and then a couple outbid her.
Yeah.
Which it happens.
It does happen.
Guess what? That's what happens.
Yeah.
Her letter was not passionate enough or whatever, and so she in turn did again hilarious. If Seth Rogen did it, just hassled these people. God, posting things. It incensed me.
It's super. It's terrible.
Incredible.
Well,
how
it started
terrible
off
it
with
is.
It started
simple-
off
Oh, go ahead.
not so bad.
Yeah.
She relisted the house
Yeah, under a fake name.
under fake name. People showed up.
Yeah, people on
Yeah.
Craigslist were showing up to check it out again.
Ordered the stuff.
Yeah.
Had it sent there.
Of course.
Yeah.
Subscriptions to magazines and stuff.
Magazines.
Yeah. Which is all
and
pretty.
items.
This is all pretty pedestrian at this
Yeah,
point.
that's okay. No, it's still shitty. But
It's still shitty. Yeah,
But then it got weird.
but
then-
got weird.
posting stuff like
As
sex parties.
for fake sex parties, leaving photographs, their photographs of the couple on
of the couple.
sex websites, which is right on the nose, right? $1,200 worth of adult diapers,
Yeah, I guess she posted like flyers everywhere, like for
questioning his adultery.
yeah.
perhaps.
And there's all like a free keg party Saturday.
claiming
be there.
claiming
yeah.
he was a pedophile.
Yes.
and moving into the
Oh
neighborhood.
yes.
Yeah.
And then the Craigslist ads that said she wanted sex with somebody and she liked it when you just came into the house.
Yeah, and
And-
was rough.
and just did it without
just did
asking.
it.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So she sanctioned.
And people
rape.
showed up. So the wife of the couple who bought the house, Yeah, she actually had people show up at their house, like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm here for the rape.
They took steps. I mean, like she signed up for Taibo or something
Yeah.
for self-defense.
No, that's true. Yeah.
The family who actually got Mrs. Rowe, what was her first name? Kathy Rowe. $779,000 is how much it went for. She wanted it really bad because blank. But the family, the father, Jerry Rice, was a special education teacher. And his wife was a microbiologist at a children's hospital. Like, what best mom ever, right?
Yeah.
Like, straight to the top. Thank you, San Diego.
San Diego.
In San Diego.
But yeah, I guess she was actually charged, convicted of stalking and then some other weird things. But stalking with
Valentine's Day too. Wives in the neighborhood receive romantic cards.
Oh,
written, apparently signed or allegedly signed
from
by
the
father.
husband. Yeah.
Crazy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll do a circle.
But again, I'll do a circle, please. Again, it'd be a hilarious movie. I would love it. Just like in the, I don't know if you've seen Neighbors. If either of you've seen the movie Neighbors.
No, I haven't. But it sounds like that would be the similar plot point.
There are scenes like my girlfriend Andrea and I were watching the show or watching the movie together, and there were scenes that were violent, crazy violent. Like one of the pranks that they were doing on each other is they took the airbag from a car and put it in a couch. So when he sat down on the couch, it shot him into the ceiling. Hilarious. In real life.
Or attempted murder.
Attempted murder, yeah.
Especially if it was by that airbag company that shoots shrapnel into you. Don't use those airbags.
What is that? What is that?
You don't know about that?
No.
The huge recall they're doing?
What kind of shrapnel is it? Like metal parts?
Parts of, the airbags explode with such force that it's been killing people. 6 so far.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So they're recalling hundreds of thousands of these. Is it Takata? I don't know. You have to look it up.
Sure.
Anyway, it's a huge airbag manufacturer. It's in tons of Toyotas, tons of everything, really. And they're having to replace. At first, it was only if it's in very humid climates,
Takata.
like Texas and Louisiana and
Sure.
down there. But they've expanded it, I think, to the whole nation now.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
How do you let that go to print?
Well, the same way GM killed
Yeah.
people for 13 years.
So, moving to a different note, I think is probably a good debate here. So,
Sure.
I'm curious about Dylan's opinion on this. I'm curious about Ben's opinion on this, which is why it's great that we're talking about it.
It is good that we're
And
both here.
we both happen to be here.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
How convenient.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys showed up because I can't have the debate myself because I know what I'm going to say and I'm going to disagree.
Yeah.
The rumor, it's still a rumor right now, the rumor that Apple might buy Tesla.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen.
All right,
But
so here's what I would like to do. Actually, I would like to
Okay.
have Tammy got us. Yeah.
Thank you, Miss.
I'd like for Dylan to be pro Apple buying, and I'd like for Ben to be anti.
I don't think we have enough research to really do that.
Well, no, just off the cuff. Let's have fun. You know, like, well, what would you say would be the benefits then of Apple buying Tesla? 0, absolute 0.
No, I-
It's looking good for you, Ben.
The cons for Apple buying Tesla. They'd probably make the batteries not removable.
Yeah. Well, okay, so patent
You can only drive it one way,
They-
and the seat is only adjustable
on one
in the way
one
that
kind of street.
that Steve Jobs would have liked it.
There's no steering wheel, just a touchscreen. Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. It'd be an iPad that you had to use.
Yeah.
Use the
You
gyroscope or
actually, you
whatever.
actually start it with your iPhone.
Yeah.
Plug it in.
That I wouldn't doubt, honestly. You put your iPhone into the thing or your iPad,
And that's
you
how we
put
turn
your
it on.
fingerprint on the thing.
Oh, yeah, you
and
do
it
something.
starts it up.
All right, so Ben, yes or no? Teslas use an Android system for their touchpad or their touchscreen
Thought they did.
computers?
I don't think it is.
Okay, so it's something
Android,
else proprietary.
but it's just a 17-inch.
So personally, I think that's one of
Yeah.
the cons. Like mostly, if Apple, which probably who knows, if Apple comes in, they're gonna use their mobile OS,
Apple Drive.
Apple Drive, right.
Yeah. That's what BMW has and other people.
And I don't know much about it, but it does feel like it's going to be, I don't know, just a little bit more restrictive. Apple to me has always been restrictive.
Mm-hmm.
If it works for you, it's great. But in comparison to, well, Android being too unrestrictive, and how many calculator apps were there in the
Well,
play?
I would only throw out in that case, don't you kind of want your car to be restricted in an enclosed environment
That is the
that
thing.
functions a very specific way so it doesn't so you can't hack it and
Finally,
kill it.
finally, Dylan's in the game.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, though. I mean,
You
like,
don't want your car to be customizable because you'll fucking break it.
well,
The same reason you don't want flying cars, because people can't be trusted with
well,
that.
the reason why that's a good thing to have an open source environment in which to your back end or whatever is now Tesla doesn't have to spend as much on that, and so it comes back to the consumer not costing as much.
Yeah.
Apple wants to spend a lot because their devices are really beautiful and they are in a constricted area, so they can play test, to a point. But they push that over to the consumer. The consumer has to then pay a lot more for the same kind of computer
To play in their sandbox.
Yeah, to play in their sandbox.
But
So
it works. They're the richest company on earth, so
yeah, no, yeah. Well, I mean, again, Elvis fans, and if he's a good artist, we're going to disagree on that.
well, no, because he is the good artist.
Well, it's saying like you liking Elvis doesn't mean that the people who do like him means that popularity does not mean anything's good. So Apple.
Wait, but we're talking about pure numbers, though. Apple is the.
Oh, I'm not, that's not in the question. I'm
Okay,
saying
okay.
if it's because they're popular that they have a lot of money doesn't mean that. Well, the point is. Surely one of you understands this point. Surely.
I don't know what point it is yet.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
If Apple's biggest
oh, so you're saying just
feature
because
is their install
just
base.
because Nickelback has sold 40 million albums
doesn't mean that they're good.
They're good, yeah.
Okay.
Just because Apple has a lot of money because they have an installed user base, they're going to continue to buy their things.
Yeah.
Not going to be strayed so much to go anywhere else. I think that. Well, anyway, that's going too far down that point. I don't like the idea of Apple buying Tesla.
I think it's just a dumb idea. I think it's good in some ways and bad in most ways because first of all, they're not a car manufacturer.
Right.
Let's just start with that.
Right.
They don't sell cars.
They wanted to for a while, I guess.
So how about this? Like, do you guys think it was a good idea for Apple to buy Beats?
They had to. Because their own platform had failed and they had the cash,
Right.
so they needed to do something else that would work.
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah. Of course.
so that was a strategic move. They had to do it. It was also a good move, and because Apple has they have all the cash you could ever want in the bank.
Right.
Yeah.
They
Right.
have billions and billions in cash.
Right.
What are they evaluated at now?
I don't even know.
Is it 130 billion?
Something like I know they had. Last time I heard, they had at least 40-something billion in cash reserve.
I think it's way higher than that.
Yeah, that was a couple years ago, and they weren't going to pay any dividends because they're like, no, we're going to keep the cash.
What Beats or Apple does?
Apple.
Apple. Well, and that infrastructure is great. The financial backing could keep Tesla for. I mean,
Yeah,
I just don't know how bad Tesla's doing right now.
Yeah, and that's the flip
They
side.
posted a loss of
Thank you.
430 million.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
And actually,
Eh,
in the
not
grand
for
scheme of
them.
things, not that much.
It's really not that much, right?
when you
No.
think about car manufacturing, that's
They're pushing
No.
heavy into China, and it's going to take a while. And
Yeah.
so, I mean,
Yeah, China.
Yeah.
that's not that bad. It's not as good
So
as
that's foreseeable
being
losses.
positive,
It's not positive, but yeah.
If Tesla were going to be bought by a large company that had other technological interests, I think Apple would be the best choice
Sure.
because they do have similarities in the way they approach the product, the aesthetics of the product, the
Yeah.
quality of the product.
The quality of the product,
There
most
is
importantly.
a marriage of minds somewhere between those two companies.
Yeah.
As far as how they their philosophy on making things.
Yeah.
Flip side of all that is Apple is a software manufacturer and minor hardware manufacturer.
Sure.
And
Sure.
almost all their money comes from iPod sales. iPhone sales.
iPhone sales.
Sure.
Yeah,
But
like
they
that.
did just capture 92% of the smartphone market this past quarter.
Yeah.
Samsung just dropped it. I mean,
but-
My biggest concern is that Apple is very stingy with their product. And Tesla has been very open-minded with this project. He wants to
Yeah.
bring this. I don't think, for example, if Apple were to buy it, that the
They would take control back of all the patents.
the patents would come back, would be locked down, and I think we probably wouldn't see such interesting innovation like having a battery at your house, or
Yeah.
even being able to charge. Apparently, if you have a Tesla and your house, if you have the right connections and you have no power in your
your
house,
car can power
you
your house, yeah.
use your car as a generator, which is the weirdest thing I've ever heard, and it's already available. And like,
Yeah,
because I don't know how you
yeah.
market that exactly, but. I don't think something like that would ever exist under an Apple.
No, I agree
Tesla,
with you on that one.
You know,
It's my biggest thing, really. I saw an infographic. It was kind of outlining all of Apple's profit from existing and some past things,
Sure.
hardware,
Their products,
software
yeah.
products. All of their money literally comes from iPhone sales.
Yeah.
Like about 5% comes from everything else.
yeah.
And then most of their products fail miserably. And that's pretty common, actually, for a lot of big companies. Google does the same thing. A lot of companies do that. They
Yeah, you get loss leaders. Or,
you can
well,
even probably look at car manufacturers. Like the one car they sell cheaply, they lose money on, but they make a shitload margin on the ultra pickup truck over here, but the Mustang doesn't make any cash.
Sure,
It
sure.
happens. But Apple just doesn't do that very well. all their eggs are really in one basket, financially speaking.
Well, and for the rumor of $75 billion, I'm sure not a lot of heads are going to change, or there's not going to be a lot of staff moved around. They would most likely be buying into a thing.
You would think they'd buy it and let it run itself.
And let it run itself, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Google clouts to do, or it says they do. But
Yeah.
anyway,
I don't know.
Like EMC and VMware.
Yeah.
I want to know, of course, Apple, we're on the iTunes store.
That's right.
So Apple, technically, it sounds like they're listening to us, just like Microsoft listens to us on the Zune store.
We've had one confirmed Zune download in the history of the show.
There's 2 fans who listen on Zune.
But we've had one confirmed Zune download.
That's on you, fan. Second fan. We don't know if you exist anymore. But Apple listening, hey, this show, $75 billion is not $1 billion is all we're asking for. We're not asking for a crazy amount of money. Sell right out.
Yeah.
Right? I think $1 billion is enough for our creative
I think so.
juices.
Yeah, sure.
Not the patent, though. We're keeping those.
Yeah.
I'd sell
Podcast
that too.
Patent.
Honestly.
You'd sell that too
For a billion?
For $1 billion? Yeah. Yeah. Take the name. Take my name. Take my life rights.
Yeah. I would never talk to you guys again
Yep.
for $1 billion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Be on a beach somewhere
Yep.
forever
Probably.
because someone stole my $1 billion. And now I live on the
You
beach.
just live on a beach
Yeah.
if you're homeless.
In my van, it broke down.
Yeah.
It broke down.
It worked for Chris Pratt.
It worked for
And now look at him.
Broke down for what?
That's a leader.
That's the song of the summer.
That's going to be the song of the summer.
Yeah.
It's the song of the summer.
2014.
2014.
Anything else we wanted to cover before we go into the next segment?
I don't know.
Anything else that you
I
liked?
don't have the thing in front of me.
I mean, you wrote it up. Back to the Future co-writer, no more screen versions.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Specifically, no reboots, no sequels, no 3D versions or Lucas style
Yep.
digitally enhanced. It's exactly. The article is interesting that the musical is the closest we're ever going to get to another Back to the Future product.
Which is fine.
Yeah, which is fine. Ghostbusters picture. Yeah, it looked like there wasn't a lot of information there. You just really wanted to have a reason to. Dylan really wanted to.
Not my Ghostbuster.
Not your Ghostbusters. Hashtag not my Ghostbusters.
Oh, man.
I'm going to be optimistically cautious. Tracy Jordan, no, Benihana. Another lawsuit. There's a lot of lawsuits of this week.
It's that time of year.
Yeah.
Law is in the air.
And then gay slur on Bible cake. I think that contextually explains itself.
Yeah, I have no questions.
Yeah. No questions, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Who's a good boy?
I rest.
Go take a nap.
Defense rest.
Defense circle.
Three
And then fall.
circles.
3 circles. Exactly 3 circles.
Or if you're my dog, fall asleep in the blanket, won't go anywhere else, won't go sleep anywhere else but the blanket, so I have to pick up the dog and the blanket to take him to bed.
Oh, man. Henry is spoiled. So spoiled.
Bubby.
Let's take our last break. We'll come back and we'll do a toast.
Okay.
And we'll have a great time. Yeah.
Break.
How many moles is
what-
too many moles?
What?
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome back to the show, everybody.
Hey, bankruptcy.
This is segment 4. This is our toast segment.
Yeah.
We are changing things that we
Bankrupt for
listen
what?
to.
I think you're.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Bank up for rupt.
I was saying just bankrupt for what?
Sure.
Thank you.
The toast segment, we've been changing things. We've had longer segments between or before first and second and third because they're sequential. I tried to make segment 3 go first in my head.
Didn't work.
It just
Yeah.
didn't work. Also, this is episode 119. Did not say that before. Whatever. This is a short segment. We're going to just basically appreciate each other and appreciate
Bodies.
what we've. Well, I mean, bodies. Yeah, I've made that clear.
You did. Yeah. The very first episode, part of the.
And the
this
first episode,
Yeah.
the whole every episode, I try to talk about each other's bodies. No homo.
It's important to recognize that.
Broken night. No. Wreck bro. No.
Wreck bro noise.
Wreck bros. Wreck each other. Check first. Check, please. This is a toast of the show. I would like to give a toast out to something. To think we haven't actually done a toast in a while. It's usually
been a
just kind
minute.
of the last thing we've
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
last thing we thought about. Dylan, if you're going to do a toast, what would you toast?
I don't know.
No points on the board.
Your
No-
idea.
No points on the board. That is not playing. You need to take an improv class.
No.
Look, Louis C.K. is the only one who could say no. And it's a dick move. Every time.
I don't know. I made you laugh.
Michelada. I'm gonna give All right, let's give a toast to this episode. Enjoyed so much hanging out with you guys.
Yay.
And
What are you toasting to?
I'm toasting you guys now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
The banjo.
What
Yeah.
about American Heroes?
You toast to Chris Pyle?
Chris Kyle.
Chris Kyle? Whatever.
All the American heroes.
No, he's
I don't single them out.
he's the greatest American hero. We all
All
know
the
this.
single heroes.
No, that's William Cat.
Willie?
William Cat.
Billy Cat?
Greatest American hero.
Oh,
TV show.
Yeah, I know. I never
Yeah.
actually watched the show.
Yeah.
George Costanza's answering machine. No?
Man, that is ultra specific. I'm gonna whiff right past that one.
Man, you guys.
I know. But
You guys.
breaking and frying your balls right now.
Serving them with ketchup.
Ben, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us
Aw,
on
thanks
the
for
show.
having me on the show.
Always a pleasure. I want to thank Dylan for helping me run the show.
Of course.
And maybe if anyone wants to go to our donation page, we can pay for improv lessons for Dylan.
Or image coaches.
Or image coaches. We can do image coaches, and then maybe we could all be a little more positive. That's all I'm asking for.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking for.
If you're dressed nicely, you feel better, right? That's the thing they always say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Oh,
Here's
yeah.
let me tell you. I brought this up to my SO, and she said this to me. She said,
And you'll never believe it. You'll hear it next week. No.
It's a
she said,
cliffhanger.
she said they'll probably tell you to stop wearing polos. And I was like, what? I work in a
And you don't like
office.
polos either.
That's what you wear to the office.
She thinks it
Yeah,
lazy.
they are.
lazy.
That's why I have like 5 that are all the same color.
You're
Yeah.
lazy.
Well,
Because I don't have to worry about ironing ever, and I just put on
They are
a polo and I go to work.
Put it
I wore
on,
0
go to work.
polos last week.
Have a good time. So no. Obviously, you're wearing a polo, so
Well, it's Saturday,
it's
so I thought it was
time to
okay.
party.
it's
Yeah.
Ben's day. So
It's down here. It's my day down here. Yeah, but I wore 0 polos the entire week.
these polos, these are our polos. I'm taking them back.
I know.
Only on Saturday though.
One-eyed
Melanie
polo.
degrees. One-eyed polo. Dude, these are one-eyed polos.
Yeah, leave these.
Take anything else.
Yeah.
One night polo.
Leave the polo. Take the cannoli. I don't know. I was just reaching out for as many movie quotes as I could think of.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
Other polo. Well, what else would polo fit in?
I don't know.
On me? On you? On all of us?
Polo Loco.
Yeah.
Isn't that the place from that crappy show you guys like so much?
No, El Pollo Loco actually
El-
is a real restaurant chain in Los Angeles.
Yeah. I guess he
Oh.
doesn't know anything about it too.
The
because
crazy
he-
chicken.
He called it crazy, or he called it the crappy. So yeah, he must be talking about
I
something
don't.
else.
Well,
Yeah.
I think you're going to Breaking Bad. The
I
Los
was, yeah.
Pollos Hermanos.
Hermanos,
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
Pollo Loco is something else.
Yeah.
It's what they based it on. Yeah,
Yeah,
Fits.
basically. Yeah.
It
Just
fits.
like these polos fit so well.
Screw you. You listen to it. Screw you.
Hey, don't leave me out. I wear polos all the time.
Yeah.
It is lazy. I'll give Andrea that.
You know, JoJo doesn't wear polos.
It's why I wear them because it is lazy.
Yikes, dude!
oh, too soon. Too soon.
Don't strike at my fried balls.
Like ketchup covered emotions.
That's called
my
special
weak point.
sauce. Yeah.
Your special sauce.
Yeah.
It's $17,000 a bottle. Free balls.
Make balls.
Make balls. If you like the show, I don't know how. If you like the show, you can go to drunkcastlive.com. You can see updates. You can see things. You can see on the sidebar. You can see the latest episodes. You can also see youtube.com/drunkcastlive. And these are things you can click on. You can watch. You want to see our beautiful faces. Well, you see Ben's beautiful face. Talk to Dylan and I.
Whatever.
You can also go to iTunes. You can get us on the iTunes and the Zune store. Break that number from 1 to 2. And I'll send you a puppy. I don't care. We're on Facebook.com/DrunkcastLive. We're
You can
at
send him a cat.
DrunkcastLive on Twitter. And we're Drunkcast Live Pics DCL Drunkcast Live Pics on Instagram. We have no traction there. It doesn't really matter. I just take pictures of my junk or whatever.
And we don't get any traction?
So follow me. I know. It's crazy. They're so weird looking. And then finally, questions at Drunkcast Live, and you can go to 412-440-7468. Pick up your phone anytime, literally anytime, and we'll record your voicemail and we'll play it on next week's show, and we will agree with you or disagree. I mean,
Sure.
Those are the
those are the
options.
two options we have.
Yeah.
So
That's all we got.
But anyway, that's it. Right? That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Love you so much for listening to the show, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Drunkcast Live is a podcast that's recorded live around bars and drinks, but we do drink and podcast responsibly, and we hope you do too. Please come check out more about the show at drunkcastlive.com and go to facebook.com/drunkcastlive or twitter.com/drunkcastlive.